the one that drove me crazy, because I think we've seen enough now to know that people saying this shit was ridiculous when they said it. Well, DTR is here because he plays like Deshaun Watson. Now, what?
Nah.
Hey, people thought Jameis got brought here to run the Deshaun Watson offense. I was like, are you dumb? Like, I made this whole point. I've never been so right on something and not gotten credit. So I'm going to get my credit right here in this video, man. Like, everybody was like mad at me about the whole, like, we talked Jameis Winston into existence, and that's why we don't got Joe Flacco. I'm like, it's the same shit. It's Joe Flacco. Like,
well. It's not the exact same.
It's different, right? He's a more advanced version of it because he's comfortable in the spread, more comfortable in the spread and attacking downfield out the spread than Joe Flacco. But it's the same principles that apply to why Joe Flacco was successful in his offense applies to Jameis.
There's also another difference. We ain't gotta get into that.
That he played in the ACC. He played in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Yeah, we know. And then also the final thing I would like to say on all of this is, hey man, how many times are we gonna doubt Andrew Berry at least at backup quarterback before we just shut the fuck up about whoever the backup quarterback is? Every year, man. This is the third year in a row. We are woefully insufficient at backup quarterback. Remember all this goddamn complaining we heard about the backup quarterback all season? Oh, the Browns, they weren't serious about backup. They only brought in Jameis. And every year we end the season talk about some, we love the backup. They did this shit with, remember all them fucking all them articles they wrote about bringing in goddamn Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, remember all the articles they wrote about Josh Dobbs?
Oh my God. Like every year, bro. Every year they criticize this team about backup quarterback. And I'm like, every year the backup plays, we talk about he being hotter than the starter. Every year. Okay. Like maybe the criticism should be focused somewhere else. Damn, if he could just pick a starter like he pick a backup, we'd be the best team in the fucking league. Like, why don't he pick the starters with the same traits as the backup? That's what just blows my mind. Like,
hey, maybe the backup will be the starter next year. Who knows? Who knows?
Hey man, and guess what? Even if the backup is the starter, that is the backup right now. Hey, I promise you, the backup gonna be hot by the end of the season next year too. Hey Cole, maybe this is gonna finally work out for us when the rookie quarterback that's drafted in the first round is the backup. Like maybe this is when it finally works out for us.
All right, Shedeur Sanders, backup quarterback, getting those chance. Chance. Get ready with the Shedeur chance. Woo.
I get you the Shedeur chance in Cleveland.
Actually, maybe not. Cam Ward chance. I can see Cam Ward chance.
Cam Ward chance. I don't know. We'll see how Cam Ward looks after the ACC championship game, right? Like I just feel like there's gonna be something that takes us off of Cam Ward eventually. I will say this. I know Curtis calls him Black Zach Wilson or Black Wilson, but like
Black Wilson.
Yeah, which is crazy.
It's nuts.
But I will have to intervene here and say, like, hey man, like Cam Ward looks significantly better than Zach Wilson did in college. Like they do play similarly. But we do have to account for like he played better competition and looks better than Zach Wilson. That's why I can't completely write him off.
I need to see what he looks like against a good team.
A SEC team?
A good team.
You know, I'm not going to make a determination on him. I guess I see him in the playoffs. That's what we doing. Meanwhile, you push Shedeur Sanders in the Big 12. Bias on display. Okay.
Listen, I'm honest about it.
At least you ain't trying to hide it. That
I'm
was
not
crazy.
hiding it at all. I'm not hiding it at all.
The level of competition argument with somebody playing in the ACC.
Yeah.
He was like,
see
yeah,
it
I need
against
to see
somebody
what
good.
you do against somebody better than Pitt. Meanwhile, Shador beating the fuck out of Cincinnati.
What you said, beating the fuck out of Cincinnati.
That's true though. Miami don't beat down nobody, right? Like,
hey, Colorado done cooked a couple teams you didn't think they was going to cook.
It says more about how low I was on Colorado, to be honest with you. But yeah,
I'm just saying, they just dog walk some teams.
Now they go in there beat BYU, I'll be like, this is gonna get annoying.
Oh, we're not gonna record that week.
No, we gonna record that one. I'll be like, it's gonna be real hard to tell these people, nah, we shouldn't do this.
I'll be like, convince
it's
me.
Like when Johnny Manziel almost beat Alabama that second time. It's like, people gonna want to draft him now. Like, oh fuck.
I'm gonna be over here like, convince me, Q. Convince me not to take it.
I know Ray Farmer watched that second Alabama game where Johnny almost threw for like 400 yards. He's like, oh fuck, dude. Kyle Shanahan's just sitting there like, oh my God, bro, somebody's gonna do this dumb shit. Like, that's who I need on the next Johnny Manziel documentary is Kyle Shanahan and Mike McDaniel. Because that man quit. Okay. Quit and brought his homies with him. Like to a lateral move. Yeah. No, Mike Patton stayed to get fired after that. I forget who he hired to be offensive coordinator after that, but it was clearly a downgrade. They won 2 games that next year.
Yeah.
And how we got Kyle Shanahan to begin with, it was a get at the time. Like,
we've had good coaching staffs and all these different head coaches come through Cleveland. It just could never stick because our quarterback was always ass.
No, and the crazy thing is like we all knew Kyle Shanahan was going to be a good coach eventually. Like that's the thing. We all knew it. He was like second generation, you know. He was like the dude who architected the whole RG3 thing. Like this Kyle Shanahan existence is not a surprise to anybody who was watching football in like 2010. And it's kind of crazy. We had him in a building knowing damn well that he should be the next head coach of this team. But nah, man, we want to start fucking Johnny Manziel. This is, by the way, that whole thing is why Jimmy Haslam can't shake off the fact that like he's probably not that responsible for Deshaun still starting, but nobody's gonna give him that credit.
He's absolutely not getting any grace. He's not getting any grace at all.
Because you are the one who put your foot down about Johnny Manziel, and that was insane.